All right, so the first program I'm going to be using is called Hand Basic. It is basically a emulator for the Commodore 64, and I'm using an iPad Air 3rd generation. It is April of 2022, so it has all the basic commands that you would expect on a Commodore 64, but it's emulated on the iPad. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and clear the screen, and I'm going to make a small program. I'm going to start with a remark, sample basic program by Ray Ojeda. And the only thing I'm going to do is ask for the name and 2 variables and print them out. It's something simple. So I'm going to do 20 input. Well, actually, before I do that, I'm going to clear the screen. I'm going to input what is your name and $. 40 input, what is the value of A? 50 input, what is the value of B? 60, C equals A plus B, no big deal. 70, print. 80, print hello plus and $. 90, print str $A plus str $B plus equal sign plus str $C. Obviously, what I'm doing here is printing A plus B equals and the value of C, and end. So when I start the program, my name is Ray. What is the value of A? 4. What is the value of B? 7. Hello, Ray. 4 plus 7 equals 11. And here is the listing of the program. Very, very simple to use. This is Commodore 64 Basic, but on an iPad in April of 2022. So this is the first of the 3 programs that I wanted to show you. Next, I'm going to show you what I use for Pascal. All right, so now we're going to be doing a Pascal program. It's going to be equivalent to the program in Commodore 64 Basic. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to ask for a name, and I'm going to ask for 2 numbers, and I'm going to add them up. It's going to be a very simple Pascal program, but I am doing this on an iPad Air 3rd generation. Now, the limitation on the iPad when it comes to some programs is that you got to do the program in one place and put the input values in a different place. That is not the case with the Commodore 64 emulator. Obviously, on the fly, I was asking a name and a number, and it would give me the values. When we get to the C++ example, it's the same thing, because the compiler is actually an iPad compiler, which is awesome. But it's not the case with the Pascal, and you'll see what I'm talking about right now, because I'm going to do the program, a very simple program, and then I'm going to put the values somewhere else, and you'll see it's going to look kind of weird, but that's how it's a limitation of the iPad for this particular. I have not yet found a compiler for the iPad for Pascal that works straight up, asking just like the C++. There is one in C. It should be one in Pascal, but there isn't. So I'm going to click the plus here. I'm going to call my program demo program. I don't know, just demo pass. I guess that's fine. Click OK, and it automatically does this right here. I'm going to put some comment, demo.pas by myself. I'm using a keyboard that doesn't work very well, so sometimes I'll do a little typo here and there, but bear with me. I'm going to tab here, and I'm going to type iPad Air 3rd generation. and April of 2022. So yeah, program demo uses CRT. I'm gonna do some variable declarations. Variable, I'm gonna call A, B, C as integers, right? And I'm going to do name as string, and I can do the S here capital just so it looks pretty. Some people like to put the CRT here like that. It's up to you. You know, doesn't really matter. I have my beginning of my program, so I'm gonna write what is your name, and I'm gonna read line name. Simple. Then I'm going to write line, just leave an empty line in between, and I'm going to write what is the value of A, and I'm gonna read line A. I'm going to write what is the value of B, and I'm going to read line B, and I'm going to make an addition. I'm going to say C A plus B. Now I'm going to do an empty line there, and I'm going to type write line hello, and then my name, or the whatever name we put in there, and I'm going to write line, and I'm going to do A comma plus comma B comma, and I'm going to do equal comma C. So I'm saying A plus B equals C, basically, right? And just going to do read key just because. Now, notice on the bottom of the screen it says source, then input, and then output. So input is where I would put my values. I'm going to put array Ojeda, and the values for A will be, let's say, 5 and 7. And this is what I was talking about when I said, you got to put the input values in the input section, and there's the source code. Now, when I compile this, it says, what is your name? I don't actually see there. And it says, what is the value of A? What is the value of B? And then it says, hello, Ray Ojeda, 5 plus 7 equals 12. See, that is a little limitation of the iOS, by the way. But I'm still looking for a good Pascal compiler that it doesn't look like this, where the input is different than the source. I don't like that. I'm not too crazy about it. That's just the way this one works. If I had 7 variables here that I'm asking values in the input, I would have to put my 7 values in there. But other than that limitation, the program works perfectly and compiles perfectly. Another thing I don't like about this particular program is just called Pascal compiler, by the way. There's nothing into it. The other thing I don't like about it is that it has to be connected to the internet. So what it's doing is going and actually compiling on the free Pascal. That's actually what it's doing, and it's compiling and then sending back the results on the screen in the output screen right here. So here's my source code. When I click the green triangle on the top right corner, it gets the values from the input, and then it prints out the output. It's okay. It will do the job. I normally use this for compatibility purposes only, so I'm not gonna stress too much. But I am looking for a good compiler that I don't have to do that. When, the next example will be in C++, and that one doesn't need the internet, and also it compiles on the actual iPad, which is awesome. And you'll see the big difference. It's much better than this, And so yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, guys. Finally, we get to the C++ code. We're going to be using the same example as I did before. I use CppCode. I know there's many C++ compilers out there for iPads, but I like this one because you don't have to be connected to the internet, and it actually compiles on my iPad, which is wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and click on More, Project, New Project, and I'm going to call it Sample, and I'm going to click on Create C++ Project, and it says already exist, and I'm going to go ahead and create a different demo, a new project. I'm going to call it something else, demo, I guess. There we go. So demo will work. We'll put a double slash for comment. Demo CPP by Ray Ojeda. iPad Air 3rd generation, April 2022. I'm going to include IO stream. That's the used for cout, and I have problems with my keyboard. Used for C++. I'm going to include stdio.h, and this is one of the nice things I like about this CppCode. I can do C as well. Just to be consistent, I put this a capital C. I'm going to include string because we're going to be using that. Using namespace std. All right, int main. All right, we're going to do int a comma b comma c. I'm going to be doing string name. Yeah, so far so good. I'm going to ask for my name, so I'm going to do print f. What is your name? And I'm going to send to name. I'm going to cout what is the value of a, and I'm going to send to a cout what is the value of b, and entered my data to be c equals a plus b. I'm going to do cout hello name, and I can also cout a plus B equals C. And we're going to return 0. And there it is. There's my demo. I'm asking for a name. I'm using printf and cout, using both at the same time. Can't go wrong with that. I'm going to, actually, I'm going to do that. Here's my navigator. So you can see here's my int main. It shows me that. And I'm going to go to my project, close my project. I want to save it. So if I go to my projects and open project for C++, there's my demo. Very good. And now I need to make sure I can run this. So here it is. I'm going to click run. It's going to compile. It's compiling inside my iPad, which is awesome because I don't have to be connected to the internet or anything like that. Of course, it's not at the speed of a regular computer, but so demo. I'm going to put Ray 3 6 value A versus value B. Hello Ray, 3 plus 6 equals 9. And it's using terminal, as you can see, it's using my terminal. So that's how it works. I can do a few changes, it's totally up to me how I want to do this. I'm going to go back, I'm going to go to my main, and just a few changes. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my C, and over here, instead of printf, I'm going to do C out. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and close my project. I'm going to save it. Demo. One of the things, I'm still not used to it, but here it is. I can go ahead and run. Well, I'm going to compile it. So I can compile it, save it. Compiled. Successful. I can run it now. Demo input. I can't see if it's doing the terminal thing, but yeah. And there it is. All right, so that's how we do C++ on a AirPad. I hope you like this set of videos, and you know what to do if you like them. Thank you.